Everyone, welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of this era. So yeah, I think like I'm not going to give like any long intro or anything. Let's just go to the episode because Rhea is waiting. Ren and Shiro trying to save her. So well, Shiro might have like some other plans as well because he's more focused on his foreknowledge probably. But anyway, we need to like save Rhea, right? And Rhea don't want to be saved really, but because she don't want Ren to be like caught in the crossfire and everything. So I wonder how it will go. So let's just go to the episode and let's see. After we finished our preparations and left the club, I asked Shiro a question that made him look at me with a disgusted expression. Okay. Okay, that's actually a good question for Ren. Do you plan to bring back Ellie? Also, first of all, how would you do that? Shiro, you are freaking exception. Like, you are the only one who could do that. Also, Ellie is probably like one of the souls like inside you right now. Or something. Last night, Shiro controlled the situation to make sure the priest could get away from us and act as he wanted. What I asked him just now was if he did so because he wished to bring Honjo back to life. That was my first assumption, and he shut it down with no hesitation. Apparently I was too quick to assume the worst. Yeah. Like somewhere in the ocean of other souls that Rusauka had. Because Shiro took all the souls, right, from Rusauka. Despite the fact that I didn't actually see her die or anything, the good news still surprises me. I should have asked something that serious, based on my own preconceptions. Nope. Yeah, right. Shiro... I mean, Ren still don't know how Shiro get out of Rusauka, right? Go see her. Okay, so Eren can see her as well. Wait, what? Okay, I'm confused now. What do you mean? Where is she? Is she not like one of the souls inside of you? Is she like, I don't know, like for some reason her soul been absorbed into like Reinhardt Castle and like he's like, yeah, we are going to just like casually defeat Reinhardt and then we'll see Ellie again. Something like that, because he's crazy, so he might say that. Like, yeah, Reinhardt is not a big deal. Also, I just realized there's like some kind of like movie banner or like idol banner, like a movie playing out. Is this like reference to something, or this is just for the game? Maybe this is because usually in like games they like to put like another visual novels like in someone in the background. I wonder if like this is something from like other visual novel, maybe. Huh. Well, everything will be settled, huh? Getting Honjo to join us seems like a good idea. She probably wouldn't be too big on it, but celebration were better with a larger crowd. Nice. Yeah, the problem is we have to defeat Reinhardt, probably, right? Because if she's like not with you, then my only other shot is like Reinhardt Castle. But also, why would Ren say this is the safe place? I mean, I guess like castle is just a storage room for souls if you think about this, so it is kind of safe, right? Why was she so spaced out? Okay. She's what? I have like confusing signals here. What Mari wanted to say and why Shiro just stopped her? She's what? Is Shiro bullshitting us that she's alive? And she's like, yeah, I cannot feel her presence. And she's dead? Or something? Because Ren would be like, basically in rage, right? If he feels like... Actually, no, wait. He won't be because he assumed that she was dead. Okay. Anyway.
雰囲気出すなら俺らも制服着た方がいいんかな。コスプレパーティーみたいになっちまうけど。なあマリーちゃん、制服持ってる？ないならエリーに調達頼むぞ。
We actually have one. She had one before.
それは平気。一応霞に借りてるの。
Yeah.
勝手に。
そう。じゃあいいか。あいつは家で寝てんだろ？
ああ。今はずっと寝ててほしいな。様子見に行きたいけど、俺らが近づいたら。
だな。あれはほっときゃいいだろ。下手に起こせば説教うるせえし。好き好んであれに何かするようなメリットもあちらさんには全然ないしな。
そういう。
I had no objections to distancing ourselves from her, as it would likely be best for her safety. I would have all the time in the world for her scolding when all this would be over. Honestly, it seems like it could even result in something funny if Shiro got caught up in it as well. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And it was by far the most difficult thing to accomplish.
お前復活したのは教会でだったんだろ？なんでその時？
気づかなかったんだよ。それどころじゃなかったし。
Yeah, probably.
つうか気づいててもあれは無理だ。あん時の俺があのガキ突破しようなんて真似してたら秒殺だろうぜ。今頃。
Okay, so he's aware of that. So he's not crazy enough to think that, hey, I can defeat Shiro, I can defeat Schreiber. So basically we're going to have like unfair fight, basically, between Shiro and Schreiber, probably, because Schreiber have his like aim on him. So basically, first opponent of Shiro is Bei and second is Schreiber. That's how it goes. And Ren will go to fight against, I would say, at first Samuel maybe, to like get like, I would maybe, revenge is like too strong word, but I wanted to say something around revenge, like payback. Oh yeah, for the hospital, and then probably Machina will go in, like stopping the fight or something. Machina will be like, Samuel, it's not your fight, it's my fight, and he will like face Ren. I think that this is how the fights will go on, and Samuel will probably try to deal with Trifa then, maybe. I'm not sure, but that's how I would predict the incoming fights. We'll see. It kinda makes sense to me. That's how it will go. Shiro produced a self-mocking smile. I haven't seen Wolfgang Schreiber with my own eyes, but if this guy described him like that, he must be a pretty big deal. And then you have Machina and Eleanor. Trying to invade the church they guarded was downright suicidal. We had to go there to our at our absolute best, being careful not to overlook even the most meager of potential problems. Yeah, mostly. Okay. Rosaka was the one who claimed the bottomless pit, and since Shiro took her powers, this was together now had a positive effect on him. It wasn't something I could honestly be glad about, but the situation didn't allow me to make a fuss about it. Okay, so being in a place that they claimed as their own, increasing their powers. Okay, this is the first time we actually hear that. We know that Rusauka room was like her special place where she could like regenerate her magic, but I didn't know about the place they opened. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
お前らは？
問題ない。
大丈夫。
Yeah, we bunked in dreams, but it wasn't shown in this version of the game. Apparently there was a scene. Could you let me know in the comment? We smiled as our gazes met. It was somewhat embarrassing feeling, but we both feel fulfilled in mind and body alike. All we had to do now was clear up a few uncertain factors. We're about to have a serious fight, so I couldn't ignore the existence of people whose intentions were unknown to me. She would probably laugh and tell me I was spineless, but...
途中公園に寄ろう。どうしても気になる。
Okay. I couldn't help but wonder how Sakurai perceived this night. I had no intention of tiring myself out in brawl with her, but I felt like she would be more manageable than the priest. With a better grasp on Sakurai actions, we might get a clear image of the Valeria Trifa plot. Yeah, and also we can figure it out if she will like suddenly attack you or not when you go to the church. And also she might not even be here anymore. We entered the park with such intentions, but found no one there. Yeah, okay, figured. Like, few hours just like passed by, like... I don't think you would find her. Where did she go? What was she doing and where was Kane?
もしかして7番目を取りに行ったのか。
Right, Kane should not be able to move, right?
どうやってだよ。無理だろ。
She was completely right, after all.
今の学校には誰もいないし。
Yeah.
パワーだってカンコドリが泣いてるはずだぜ。
It meant that neither of the remaining Sustigas any potential sacrifices in them. But you can just sacrifice one of the LDO members. That's still a thing. Shiro should be aware of that. With like Rusauka knowledge, he should be aware of that. Like both school and tower can still be the point of the opening. Just like Schreiber or like one of the commanders could just like... We know that they didn't because they're with Himuro, but they could just take Sakurai and just like kind of fight her a bit and then kill her on the spot, and then like her souls will just like be used to open the thing. Like this is like entirely like easiest thing they can do. Shiro must be aware of this. Due to the explosion at the hospital and the destruction of the theme park, the streets of Suahara were nearly empty. From what we had seen, making our way here, barely anyone was out just to have a good time. With it being midnight, the school was obviously barren, while the likelihood of the tower having a significant amount of people was definitely low. The only way to open Swastika's a fierce battle where the loser would become the sacrifice. And the priests had the common goal to rescuing Himuro, so there was no way Sakurai could open the 7th all by herself. But if she dies... Also, there's Kain, so we actually have 2 people to open the both. We can use Kain for one and Sakurai for another one. So they still have the means to open it, like, without problems.
一体どういう。
I had a bad feeling about this. Also, it's possible... Okay, never mind. I feel like we're overlooking something really important. Is it the tiny thing that I just mentioned? That they can use, like, the LDO members? Is it that, Ren? Perhaps? The uneasiness spread out of my heart like a ripple. Is this going to be the road when they will actually open all 8? Because in the Sakurai road, I believe they opened 7, right? Can you remind me in the comments? In the Sakurai road, did they open 7 or 8 things? I think they opened 7, and Mercurius crashed like the whole plan basically at the end. And reset it, right? At the same time, the intricate and intertwining intentions of several individuals only amplified the sheer confusion surrounding our situation. The most notable part of it was the divine vessel craftiness. First off, the man never said that he would go to the church. Exactly, okay. What mattered most to him was that Ren would attack the place tonight and create a situation where he could possibly divert the eyes of the battalion commanders from Rhea. Okay, I didn't thought about this, but he can actually go to take Kasumi. because he wants to save Rhea, but he needs a replacement for her. So he can go to Ren place, take Kasumi, and then go to church and replace, like... I don't know how you can do this, or Mercurius can do this. It wasn't really explained, I think, how the core of the Sonnenkind can move. I know that the Sonnenkind have the core, right? They are called cores. And Rhea have one. But at some point in Sakurai Road, she lost her core and Kasumi had one. I think it's been only because Mercurius moved the core, but maybe there's like some other trigger for this. Anyway, Trifa needs to move core from Rhea to Kasumi. Somehow. I don't know how, but somehow he must do this. Because otherwise opening the other things will still hurt Rhea and just bring back Reinhardt back. Huh. Never thought about the cores actually. How the moving core works. The other possibility was truly manual. He bet everything on it. It didn't even matter if they purposely let it happen. The priest only needed Rhea to leave the church on her own volition and move according to his design. His preparation had two layers. First, he spoke a certain nonsense to imprint a direct connection between Lisa death and that place. And second, he told Isaac to ask for the place he belonged to upon consuming his mother. Okay. I'm confused. Isaac... Between Lisa death and that place. The previous episode is still not up, so I cannot like really relate to any of your comments right now. I will do probably in the next episode, sorry. But yeah, I'm recording like ahead usually because, well, we want episodes to be on schedule, right? And I don't always have time to record, so having a backup is always a nice thing. The plan to direct the Sonnenkind course of actions upon Lisa Brenner's death was 60 years ago. Okay. Also, if Valeria Trifa was there. The school. If she were to cling to her shattered ordinary life, Rhea would surely be attracted to where the light of her days was brightest. It was a two birds with one stone situation for him. There was a certain truth unknown to Ren, Kei, and even Shiro, who had information from Rusauka. A shared secret between Valeria Trifa and Lisa Brenner. He got Spinner to investigate the existence and whereabouts of the other Sonnenkind, and when Trifa made him the first sacrifice, he became the only person to know about her. Yeah, Kasumi. Indeed, the divine vessel craftiness was a force to be reckoned with. Not a single soul could know that he had Kasumi Ayase at his side. It was an absolute victory by prediction, plotting, invitation, and escape, and also Mercurius letting you do that. Indeed, absolute. For there existed a third bird to be struck down by the same stone. Okay? Yeah, say, yeah, okay. Like, I thought like, before I thought about Kasumi, I thought that Trifa will go to the hospital. I mean, not to the hospital, to the church actually. But then I thought like he can use Sakurai as the sacrifice. But I thought like it doesn't make sense because he was supposed to go to the church. But I didn't thought about Kasumi back then. But yeah, this makes sense. Like, he's going to sacrifice Sakurai or Kain as to open this thing to here. Not only would he retake his position, but he would make the 7th swastika his own. Yeah. If they gain powers on the places they claim, how powerful, how fast can regenerate Trifa if he's on the spot? He never fought before on the spot he claimed. He never claimed on the spot, right? If you think about this. Wait, Tripa going to be insane in school after he claimed this place. Okay, this is going to be a problem. Upon coming to the night, shrouded school rooftop and facing the priest, Kay couldn't suppress her bewilderment. She knew that the priest was luring her into a trap. When she found out he was here and not at the church, she was almost certain that he planned to open the seventh with her life. But yeah, how do we move Core to Kasumi? That's my question. I guess Kasumi was lying on the bench behind the priest. I couldn't mistake her for anyone else. Why was she there? What was the meaning of her presence?
あなたには関係ないことですよ。旧友の名誉に関わることですから、ベラベラと語るわけにもいきません。
Okay.
それはバビロンですか？
さて、それはともかく、よくここがわかりましたね。逃げ回るのは得意だと自負していた身なのですが。
Don't bullshit us. You let her. The priest didn't answer Kay's question, and instead gave her one of his own. He clearly had no intention of telling her about it, implying that it would be a waste of time.
藤井さんたちまでこちらに来られては困りますからね。それ相応にこそこそと動きましたが、なぜ見つかってしまったのでしょう。
もう、おとぼけはいいでしょう。
After an annoyed sigh, Kay took out the mask of the pallid, dark color and raised it to the moonlight. Oh.
ほう。パリダモルス。
Sakurai has it? Okay. I felt like it's permanently attached to Kain. But apparently not. Unless Kain is like inside of it and Sakurai can actually like, I don't know, like suck him up inside and just like summon him. Like a Pokemon.
彼女が、いや彼ですか。
Oh.
教えてくれましたよ。
Okay.
あなたの匂いを。
今、
Sure, why not?
カインはその中ですか？
ええ。もともと他人の生異物。まともに使えなどしませんが。
Yeah, okay. So Kain cannot be out anymore. Is that what they say? Like he's like permanently inside the mask until he's like, I don't know, just let out by someone else who can like use the Sacner better?
彼を御するという意味だけでなら話は別です。
Oh.
血族ですからね。出し
Oh.
できますよ。
Okay, so being a bloodline of Sakurai's actually let her control him, okay.
その上で問いたい芸家。なぜ彼は怒り狂っているのです。
The mask of the corpse warrior Lisa Brenner Ragnar was slightly shaking within Kay's hand. Its owner death made it crack and brought it close to shattering, yet it still continued humming with an ominous sound. Kay's hand was relatively steady, so it couldn't have been her causing the shaking. The mask itself, the thing inside it, was trembling with indignation.
正直抑えるのが辛いです。ここから出せ、殺させろと。あなたに対して彼は激高していますよ。
I wonder if he will like tell her about Valkyria.
トバルカインはそれ単体では動けない。なぜ彼は地がめいたものを持ち、それがあなたに対する憎悪なのです。
So it's not Kai?
答えてください。
The last owner is actually Beatrice. Trifa rubbed his chin and squinted his eyes, repeating Kay words as if to confirm something.
なぜ彼は地がめいたものを持ち、
Yeah,
彼
not her.
です。
Exactly.
それ
バビロンのプログラム云々なんて信じない。私にはわかる。
Yeah, we don't mean that hair. Not Babylon.
これは彼だ。彼の心だ。私をバカにするな、セイさん。
Yeah, that's the thing, Sakurai. The enraged shout sounded like the wail of sorrow, while the priest acted and arrogant as always. Kay no longer displayed any of the politeness she used to. The girl had never actually respected the man before her. His character, disposition, voice, appearance, she hated and was repulsed by everything about him. The only reason she acted courteous to him was because she was fully aware that those feelings of hers were unjustified. It was a mask she wore constantly, created by the oath, the rule, to keep her own fierce emotions in check.
なぜ彼があなたを憎悪している？あなたは彼に何をした？
ですから彼女
Yeah.
だと言っているのに。
Yeah. Trifa, you are like making it so vague that I love it. This is getting so annoying and also I love it at the same time. So good.
まだそんなこと。
Yeah. Did you just realize? Before she could finish her shout, she cut herself off with a reflexive gasp.
私が憎いですか、レオンハルト。
I think she just realized. The vessel didn't display any changes, nor was he taking any particular actions, and yet...
憎悪結構。何かをなすにあたり、実に効率の良い燃料だ。愛などより、よほど真にと。
Okay.
ああ、わかりますよ。私も60年憎悪の虜だ。許せないのですよ。私自身のことを。
Valera Trifa, the mother, had always been gentle, peaceful, and mild. That hadn't changed a bit, but Kay felt like there was something decisively different about him.
ゆえに罰。私は英語を苦しまねば。
Yeah, pretty much, we know that.
救いなどいらぬ。祝福は遠ざかっていけばいい。たった一人、どこまでも。
But you still can hear the voices of the children.
永遠に。
I'm out of coffee and water.
あなたの彼の彼女の憎悪を断罪少子私が課す私への罰
Okay.
それに勝るものなどない
It was evident that just like Sakurai, Trifa wore a mask that crumbled as he spoke those words. He was displaying his true self, his side of him unknown to anyone else. The more Kay started into the miasma of his true colors, the more absurd and ridiculous it seems to become. She didn't get what the priest was saying, nor did she understand his goals. Although Kay felt no anger or bloodlust in the priest, merely standing in his presence was enough to make her nauseous, effectively proving just how rotten his craving truly was. Her sixth sense told her that the man before her was hopeless and broken beyond repair. The warped existence known as Valera Trifa was terrifying beyond description. Yeah, pretty good description, yep. And also, he is, like, you can kind of fix him. Like, if you think about this, he kind of got fixed in the Casimir road, right? When he realized, like, his, like, feelings, I guess, toward Rhea, that it's actually love, and when Rhea, like, protected him, tried to protect him, and we know how it ended, and also how he still remembers the voices of the children from the orphanage that he had to choose. Like, pick up the flowers. Yeah. Like, there's, like, deep inside of, like, Trifa consciousness something that can make him, like, okay, like, not good, but okay, you still have kind of hope, right? Like, yeah, you are evil and stuff, like, you're crazy, maybe not evil, I don't know. Trifa is hard to describe. Like, we know, like, he remembers and, like, stuff, but he's, like, confused as fuck. And also, he have, like, this, like, self-punishment thing, and, yeah, he just, like, see no hope anymore because of Reinhardt and everything. He's extremely difficult to judge. I cannot say he's a good guy, he's definitely a bad guy. I cannot say that he can, like, redeem himself, but also he have, like, hope for his own existence, something like that. Kinda difficult to tell. I'm not sure. I have problems talking about Trifa character in general. Trying to understand him would consume anyone, much like Babylon had been. Wait, what if the people Kay held dear were also... The next moment, she dashed towards the abomination standing before her. Yep, she's dead. Yep. She attacked him with all the might she could muster, though her panic robbed her strike of all potential grace. The power and intent poured into the remained at their absolute peak, and Trifa don't probably need... Probably, yeah, at this point, Trifa doesn't need to go into attack mode against Sakurai. She's like in just rage, she loses her edge, and he can probably beat her up and just kill her like in defensive mode, I think. And yet... I want Machina to punch him and see what happens. He was unharmed. There was a scratch on him, the indestructible divine vessel that even began to crumble. The priest sent Kay flying by throwing the palm of his hand into her solar plexus. Yep, this is bad. The girl stood on her knees and groaned while Trifa looked down on her, spread his hands to the sides and silently mumbled. His words weren't directed to anyone. They were solely quality of lament and penitence. Damn. See? He still remembers. That's why I have problem talking about Trifa. I feel bad for him, but also I don't feel bad for him. He's such a good character. I wonder if like we can call Trifa the most realistic character in this era. I wonder if we can say that. I mean, outside of like, I don't know, Kasumi, who's just Kasumi. But like behavior of like Trifa, like being broken to the point of like no return, still having like remembering the past, but like I don't know, I have a feeling that he's like the most like realistic character probably. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what do you think, because I'm really confused. I have problems about describing Trifa, but I love him. He's such a good character. Yeah. It's insane, and also yeah, I would no longer lose or abandon anyone ever again. That's why he wants to save Rhea. This is so good. I got chills because of his monologue. Kaden understood what the priest was saying, or rather, she could understand it, but felt like she heard someone tell her that it was best if she didn't. Yeah, because you would like basically lose all the hope when you realize this body is Reinhardt's. There was something extremely off about what the man was saying.
あなたは何を救う気なのです。
Kimura?
無論全てを
Okay, that does make sense, unless you mean everything that you care about. Actually, saving Rhea will save everything, I guess, because Reinhardt per se will not come back, so he will save everything. He's not lying here, actually. Because not like the world will not be destroyed. I realized that it was the best to silence him as fast as she could.
己に問えと私はあなたに言いました。
However, even her utmost wasn't enough to halt his tongue.
愛しいものを取り返したい。その手に抱かれて抱きしめたい。
Uh-huh.
実にそれこそ人間。何かを得るため。
The downward swing, the sideways slosh, the gouging pierce, all of her attacks ended up repelled. Her enemy was only standing. There was no defensive techniques on his posture. Well, that is his defensive posture. Nor any visible weapons in his hands.
その選択に迷い、悩み、揺れに揺れ、苦しいほど葛藤する愛。愚劣さ、愚鈍さ、愚直さを信じ、崇めて、ひた走る。結果得られるバルハラは安息の日だまりでなければ意味がない。修羅道の果てが地獄道など。
He wasn't wrong. The girl wished for bliss within the sunshine, an eternity where she could laugh alongside those dear to her. Even if that bright dream was drowned in the black of blood, she still sought her own Valhalla. She would neither apologize nor look back. It was all a battle, a situation where everyone involved was putting their lives on the line in order to claim what their hearts desired. If Kay felt empathy for any of those she crashed on her march to victory, she would surely be defeated. As long as she wanted her wish granted, defeat was out of the question. Yeah, you cannot do much about it though. And yet, for reasons that eluded her, Kay's sword remained pitifully weak. I mean, against Triva everything is weak. Were her feelings lacking? Her resolution too brittle? No, that couldn't have been it. She had lost and discarded too much for her determination to waver. The life she chose and the world she would never be a part of. As long as those most dear to her came back, she would no longer yearn for the ordinary life she still dreamed about.
その願い、胸に迫るほど理解できる。
Also, if you think about this, if Sakurai will die here, then Kain probably will not be able to like leave the mask. I think, right? Because there will be no one to activate it. So probably Trifa will be able to like take the mask to the tower and just destroy it, just like stomp on it, and like if this crumbles, then Kain dies as well, probably, because he's inside the mask. So he can just destroy the mask, and that will open the 8th one. So he can like open 2. Trifa seems to imply that there was a great deal of difference between him and Kay. The girl couldn't even begin to understand what he meant. Both of them were vile scum, making their advance on the fields of slaughter for the sake of gaining what they had lost. At the very worst, they were completely equal to one another. Implying otherwise was wrong, plain and simple. In Kay's eyes, there was no ways in which he was superior to her. After countless attacks, Trifa finally moved to casually stop one of them, and silently whispered the ultimate difference, the insurmountable wall between him and his opponent.
己も救われようなどと、たわけ
Ooh,
見てはいけない。
okay. Yeah, okay, that's hard. His voice was one that denied all salvation. A prayer to shun it, where Trifa didn't allow himself to have any semblance of peace.
過去に失った思い人、その幸せを願う。結構素晴らしい。ならばなぜ純粋に
Damn.
彼らのことだけを
Why Trifa is such a good character? Wow.
自己愛から得られる祝福などありません。よろしいか、レオンハルト。あなたは彼らと共にある己の幸せを追っているだけだ。ならば鏡を抱擁でもすればよいだけでしょう。
Stare. Right then, Kay launched a kick into Trifa's stomach. However, her target didn't even flinch, causing the power to come back to her, pushing her away into relatively convenient distance. The action made the priest look at her with pitying eyes.
己のみを愛してほしい。己のみが幸せになりたい。
She wailed, trying to say that he was wrong, but
別にことさら責めているわけではありません。人とは元来そういうものだ。
that smile is terrifying. People always found happiness in the smiles of those they loved. That was her motivation, as well as the reason why it all boiled down to selfishness. Was it really such a bad thing, though? Even if he said he wouldn't condemn her, was it truly something to be looked down upon?
あなたはあなた自身が救われるために死産欠我を駆け抜けた。帰り見なさい。
He's not wrong.
血と絶望に汚れている。鏡を愛したあなたはそこに映った修羅しか得られない。帰ってくるのは今のあなたと全く同じ戦争の怪物だけだ。永劫に殺戮の力をかけるエインフェリア。
Now he says what Reinhardt will do after she claimed the place for her own and stuff. Exactly what happened in one of the roads before.
さしずめ、あなたはバルキュリアだな。
Yep.
それが救済と信じて、愛しい騎士たちを終わらない戦争に駆り立てる。ハイドリ秘境のバルハラに召し上げ、
Pretty much.
地獄につなぐ。要はそういうことですよ。私に言わせれば
Damn.
救いようがね。
Trifa is such a good character, such a good manipulator. Kay was about to have a realization she refused to accept. His words were ominous and challenging to comprehend, yet too dangerous for her to ignore.
私は違う。バルハラの流出など起こさせない。この器のみを頼りに、不死創造という黄金だけをかすめて
Okay.
続けてみせましょう。アフビーダーゼンレオンハルト。あなたもいずれ次かその次
Wow. Wow. Trifa, I love you. Stillness of night began to hum and rumble. For the first time in a long while, the wicked saint took up an offensive form and reached for his blade. Kay remained still. The damage on her body was negligible, and though her mind was in a state of chaos, it wasn't beyond repair. However, her soul, the very core of her being, told her that any resistance would be futile. She was mesmerized by the overwhelming divinity of the object about to materialize before her eyes and strike her through. She couldn't even blink at the sight. Yes, that's Trifa Lance. Next to her, the pallid mask of death vibrated in the enraging manner, but the actions of the corpse warrior were completely sealed as long as Kay didn't free him. However, it was possible that the mask could break by itself and unleash his indignation. Okay. It would be too late. Nothing could save her now.
親愛なる白鳥よ。
Okay.
この角笛とこの剣と指輪を彼に与えたまえ。
There it is. Now attack him. He's vulnerable now. At that moment, An earnest shout shattered the frozen air of the space around them. Wait, was that? Fear of the Binding Majesty. Caleb backwards took the mask and distanced herself from him. That was too close. If Kay continued just blankly standing there, she would certainly die. It was premonition that left her no room for doubt. After calming her heart, would race like it was on the verge of bursting. She looked at her savior.
やめてよ。
There it is.
だから
Then do that here.
ここでそんなことしないで。
Damn. So basically, she doesn't like mind, basically, but please don't do that here. Like, don't open stuff. Rahimuro, her presence confused Kei enough to forget the relief of survival. After all, the guy should have been locked up at the church. And yeah, how she get here and what will happen, we'll see in the next episode. I think that's enough for this episode. Yeah, let's just follow up in the next one. So yeah, thank you everyone for being with me. We are going to see if Trifa will actually listen to Rhea, or maybe not, because he wants to save her, and probably taking out Sakurai will help doing that, right? Because, like, yeah, open the stuff so Rhea don't have to open the stuff. Still, I'm confused, like, how do they move core from Rhea to Kasumi, but I guess that will be explained maybe later, or maybe it's been explained before, but I forgot or didn't pay attention. It could be as well. So yeah, anyway, thank you everyone for being with me. I will see you in the next one. So leave a like if you liked the episode, subscribe if you're not subscribed, check my Discord, and yeah, thanks once again. And for the Pocket Watch, I was going out.